Hey, welcome back to the 10th floor. It's me, Matt.
Hey everybody, Happy New Year!
Happy New Year. It's 2026. Who would have
It
thought it?
is.
I stopped thinking past the year 2000, right? Like way back when in the 90s, they're like, oh my gosh, it's going to be the year 2000. You don't think about 2026.
No. No, my
But here we
gosh.
are. It exists.
Yeah.
And we're in it.
I remember when your brother went to kindergarten and I bought him a little t-shirt that said, I'm the first class of the century, class of 2000, which was when he graduated from high school. And he was in kindergarten. I thought about how far, far long away that felt like it was going to be.
And it was 26 years ago.
Yes. And that was
When
26
Y2K did
ago.
not shut everything down, but we all had that moment, counting down. I remember being disappointed when the clock switched over to 2000, and there wasn't even a flicker, not even a flicker of a light.
I know, it was crazy. I remember at work in Silicon Valley, my gosh, they worked for months to make sure there's nothing was going to happen. You know, they thought that like Silicon Valley was going to implode on itself or something. And you know what happened?
Nothing.
Nothing. Their safeguards didn't even protect it because nothing
Not
happened.
that. Not even. It just became a marketing ploy to put a Y2K safe sticker on all of your computers.
They did have to reset. Now some of the machine, like the old machines, they did have to reset to a year that was parallel, on the calendar to 2000
Yeah.
because the machines just couldn't have a year that started with two.
Right.
But then they found a way to flip it and later anyway, where it didn't say like I don't know what
I
it
don't
was.
know the
I don't know what the
technicalities of it.
parallel was,
I think at the time though we definitely think somebody like Damian Spinelli. Even though he was a little scored at the time, because he was young in 2000, like 3 or 4 when he first debuted on General Hospital.
I believe I've heard him say when he came on to GH, he was 26,
Wow, older than I thought.
something like that.
Well, I guess he's always just trended younger, and that's what you want in Hollywood, right?
Mm.
To look younger
Been
than your
on
years.
almost
Well,
20, I think he's been on for 19 years.
if he started when he was 26, he looked all of 19, 20, 21,
Oh,
right?
yes. Bradford's always, Bradford did look young. He's always had these little puffy things under his eyes.
It's just what he looks
I'm
like.
sure he's got little puffy things under his eyes in his first grade photo. That's just his
It's
face,
what he looks like. It's like when people comment about Michael Easton. Remember Dr. Finn? Michael Easton
Uh-huh.
and his lips.
Yeah.
The Zoolander.
Yeah.
That's just what he looks like.
I think so too. His lips are already really pouty and full, but that, kind of piercing thing he does, I think it's just a mannerism of his. But it seems to be intensified when he's um,
Acting.
filming, acting.
Acting.
No, I think Elvis Presley always had a little curl to his lip, but it just was more intensified when he was singing
At
Hound
least,
Dog.
at least famously. At least famously, that's what we do around here. Huh?
Anyway,
Oh,
that kind of
goodness.
stuff.
He was 26. Kai says Kai 26 playing 23. 26 playing 23, says Kai.
Hey, you
Happy
know what?
Sunday,
We need
show.
to mark it on the calendar, Matthew. When it comes to something, when it comes to history, I was right. Okay?
Hey, look at
Doesn't
you.
happen a
Nope.
lot.
Just means you listened to the podcast enough for him to have told the story many times. Get on out of the waiting room, folks. Climb on into the elevator. It's time to go all the way up to the 10th floor. Carolyn is here. Jeannie is here. Keita is here. Marla is here. Udak is here. Rochelle is here. Hello. Hi, Kelly Lee. Lee is here. Kaiwan. Bomberry. Hello, Bomberry. And,
Yeah. Hi, you guys. Happy New
Millie.
Year. So,
And the
we were
rest. Hi,
talking,
Stephanie.
we're talking nonsense before, right? Because we're trying to let you guys get that stupid commercial out the way.
Get the commercial out of the way and also at the same time let everybody come in because we're late and notifications and stuff. What is my background? I think this is the Quartermain Boathouse.
That is. You know what? For a long time, right there on this corner, right there where the basket is, That's where, right there, that's where Willow used to sit when she had leukemia so bad and couldn't move. Remember?
Right here. Just
That was
couldn't.
her spot.
That was her spot right there on the couch. Now it's Jacinda and Michael's spot for them to canoodle and hang out. No, they weren't. We're not really using the set all that often. They're in the Quartermain house a lot.
I don't, I get the impression that Michael's not living in the house. I think he's living in the,
He moved back into the main house. You think?
I think he moved him back into the main house, which would make sense to me when it comes to his children.
Mm-hmm.
I would think if they were back at the boathouse and the how the main house is so busy and Leo's up there and a bunch of other people are
Yeah.
up there, wouldn't make sense to live in the boathouse right now and make them miss their mom even more.
Well, help me out, Ma. Help me figure out Michael. Okay, help me figure him out. Help me figure this dude out.
I tell you, yes, go ahead.
Well, I mean, so we've got of course we've got a brand new Michael. We've been tracking him for weeks and weeks ever since he came back from the burn clinic, and I can't peg this man down. Who's he lying to? Jacinda, Tracy, both of them. Did he really do it this whole time? I mean, it's beyond a shadow of a doubt that he planted the gun at Elizabeth's house to point the finger at Willow. But come on, deep
Was it
love.
him the entire time?
Was it him the entire time in this love affair with Jacinda? Is it real?
I'm not convinced it's real
I'm
yet.
not convinced it's real either. This week really made me question because when you put a character like Tracy against a story and have her question it and poke holes in it, the audience and myself am going to take it very seriously. This is Tracy Quartermain we're talking about. She's always right.
Well, that's what I was about to say something about Tracy, but but we just said we were going to talk about Michael, and that's why I said never mind.
It's the same story right now.
But yes, Tracy is firmly in his corner, and she doesn't believe that he didn't shoot him. Not really.
Nope.
You know,
Nope.
she's not convinced either way.
She,
What?
I would say that I would even bank to say that she is probably thinks that he did, but just
Maybe.
won't say it.
I
But
tell
he's
you what
just
she
going to leave the
firmly has
door
her
open.
boots in, though. What she firmly has her boots in is taking Monica's place in
Oh yes.
support, reliability, connection. She's decided she's taken her role as the matriarch quite
Oh yes, we're
seriously.
going to have a good
To the
Christmas.
point to the point of being kind and generous to Jacinda. You know that had to turn this woman's
It
insides
hurt
out.
her. It gave her physical pain on the insides to do something like that.
To be that
To
nice
be
to
that
someone that
nice.
she would disrespect so
And,
much.
and we don't have Gregory Harrison here to admire it either. Because can you imagine? Can you imagine if Gregory Harrison was still here? He would needle her so badly. He would needle her in like that good way. It's like, feels good, doesn't it?
I noticed last week. I noticed last week she was playing black backgammon with Cody.
Yes, she needs a backgammon partner, no matter who it is.
So that's first it was Finn, and then it was his dad Gregory, and that's the role that Cody now has.
Yes, the
And that means
backgammon
that
partner,
the closest non-family relationship she has
the
is
one
the
that
person she
yes.
plays backgammon with,
And
right?
and I'm going to trust your advice, and I'm going to tell you my woes, and I'm going to give you grandmotherly wisdom because I'm Tracy Quartermain, and that's what I do. Dagnabbit.
Yeah.
Well, Bob thinks that Michael is too smart to have shot Drew. But I'm
Well,
thinking that Michael might be so smart that he thinks he can get away with it.
one thing that Michael said, I think earlier when she was saying that he didn't shoot him, that he would be dead.
It's true. Yeah.
You know?
I learned how to do this from Jason. You have to understand. Uh,
I don't know.
I mean, it's true. Curtis said something similar, and Curtis said something that that I said about Curtis in the beginning of this whole thing when he was on the suspect list at the PCPD board, and that was that Curtis would have shot him in the front.
Yeah, yeah, a coward shoots you in the back, right?
Yeah, or a plotter. If it turns out to actually be Michael, I'm not going to necessarily call it that cowardly.
Oh gosh, I don't know.
But folks, for those who are growing very tired of this storyline, which is the majority of the chat and my own mother, I think that we might get a
I'm ready
break in
for
the case. I
conclusion.
think we might get a break in the case next week. There's a little spoilerino, the typical one, not a big one, not a leak from the set type of
Hmm.
spoiler, but you know the weekly. This is what's happening next week.
Right.
And so they're saying that Kai and Trina are going to have a revelation about the night of the shooting. Maybe something that they underconsidered or hadn't really thought of while they were there. And by golly, please let it be the culprit.
The ringtone should mean something,
You
right?
know, maybe they'll put something together in
A
that
mysterious
realm.
ringtone.
You know, maybe they'll remember seeing a shadow, a shape, or something. I don't know exactly what it is, but hopefully Kai and Trina are the one that bust the lid off of this thing. At the very least, the audience can get clued in as to who done it.
Was Monica alive still when he got shot?
Yes,
Wouldn't that be crazy?
yes, I believe he was, wasn't he? I'm pretty sure. Yes, because he went into the funeral and was wheeled out.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And they kept him being shot from Monica for a while because they thought it would be too upsetting. Yes.
Yeah, and Jason was going to go upstairs to tell her when he found that she had passed.
Wouldn't it be freaking nuts if it was Yuri and Monica the entire time? It would be so fun.
It would be fun. It would be fun. Let the sure. You know, and that would make the people out there who were like, I want it to be somebody we never thought of. And if it turns out to be Yuri and Monica, that is a pairing that nobody would ever have thought of. Just Yuri,
My
go.
gosh, I hope it's true. That would be weird.
It would be super weird.
Be weird but
Shoot.
fantastic.
I don't know. I don't know if that darkens the memory of Monica Quartermain or not.
No, no, it makes her a badass on the way out. Come on.
This is the last thing I did. Was try to take Jerome, but no, but I aimed to not end his life. I just wanted to let him know that he was making poor choices. But
And
I'll let
yeah, I shot him with his own grandpa's gun. Yeah.
oh my god. Oh my god. Yes, I am ready for it to be over. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
I am.
Just tell me. Just tell me. Just you don't have to tell Jordan. You don't have to tell Laura. You don't even have to tell Dante. Just tell me.
Or Ronnie came, Ronnie shot him. She was like in town earlier and just no one knew it yet.
She's like, I'm read up about this guy and I just can't stand him. Udak thinks it might have been Ryan Lavery. Ryan Lavery pulled the trigger on Drew Kane. Leslie Charleston is laughing at Mama Cat right now, says Kelly. So maybe Leslie Charleston would be into it. Maybe she would be.
Maybe she
You know,
would.
maybe she would be. Maybe that is the move. Maybe it was Monica's plan with Yuri. You know, we just get this impassioned, emotional speech from Yuri at some point, one that we didn't expect from the character and the actor. But he comes in, he's like, I have a confession to make. Something that will put peace back into this family. It was me. Miss Monaco told me to do it. What if it turns out to be Sam? That would be a convoluted twist, says Sandra. Now we're just reaching into the atmosphere because people want Kelly Monaco back.
I think people do want Kelly Monaco back, and there's a lot of stuff floating around in the media, and I'm sure most of it or all of it's garbage, but there's just a lot of mention of her, a lot in social media right now, and a possible return. And I, at the same time, though, I'm kind of blaming this on the holidays. But General Hospital is notorious for mentioning someone, mentioning someone, and then they come back.
Right. I get that. I
But
get that. I don't think they mention Sam enough to necessarily trigger that.
but I don't necessarily think that's true in this instance because right now there's all that stuff with Scout and Danny, so they're mentioning her a lot because of that, and there's the holiday season. Of course, those kind of the
Yeah.
memories of people come up in storyline because it's the holidays.
When Carly brings up Sam to Lulu, we'll say,
Hmm.
repeatedly, and when Nathan is like, hey, Sam was great for giving you that kidney. And then he puts his hands in his pockets. I think that's when we can start being like, oh well. But the two kids of the character who passed away on like the second Christmas, yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense to talk about her without necessarily suggesting that the character will be coming back.
But even like, especially when it's a prominent
Excuse me,
character,
liver.
you never say never though with
Oh
those
no,
kind of
oh
with
no,
those
no.
kind of characters. You never say never. It might be a long time, and maybe never, but
Here's the thing, though. I think that Sam
never
is
surprised that they do come back.
for sure. I think that Sam was such a prominent character, and there's such a galvanized fan base that if she was to come back, she might get a Jason style thing, where the doors are set up and she walks through it during some sort of GH special to be like, "I'm back, baby."
You never know.
I think that there would be some sort of fanfare to it, and I also certainly believe that if Sam were to be coming back, Cyrus would come back before her.
Really?
Because she gotta get her revenge.
Yeah. Damn. Kill Cyrus off again?
With Britt and Nathan back, says Udak, they can bring Sam back. Isn't there a Phazon Cassadine connection? There's a Cassadine Everybody connection, I'm pretty sure.
And I still, like I've been saying for several weeks, and Sidwell is cast iron.
And maybe that's why he's so interested in Laura. Maybe it's beyond just her mayoralship and the fact that she held on to the position even though he didn't want her to. Maybe this is round 10 in the classic Cassadine versus Laura story.
Yeah, it's Cassadine versus Spencer family story.
Yeah, I don't necessarily want to continue to paint Laura in the Spencer corner, because she's got her own history with the Cassadines beyond what she dealt with them when it comes to specifically with Luke.
She does.
Frickin' Stavros.
Yes.
But yeah, if he is a Cassadine, then it does definitely fit right in to that long-told General Hospital story, that family rivalry, that rivalry between Laura and hers and the Cassadines. And now we got Sidwell threatening Ace, lightly threatening Ace. Oh, you better keep an eye on that one. Children his age disappear all the time. What a tragedy it would be, wouldn't it be, Marco? Wouldn't it be so sad?
Oh my God.
Oh, my heart would have just been ripped in two if something would have happened to Ace. Oh, yeah, no. Send that kid to Germany with Kevin, and hopefully the plane does not go down on the way.
Right? Yeah. You know what, Matthew? I'm sorry, sweetheart, but I think you may be wrong about
Kill Kevin. Kill him.
Kevin ain't gonna die.
Why
He's
is
just
this
gonna
show
go
so
away.
afraid? Why is this show so afraid of pulling the trigger on their characters, huh?
I don't know. I think he's been on for so long. I don't think they want to just needlessly kill him.
It's not needless. It makes Sidwell evil and gives Laura a lot to do.
Well, threatening a little boy and a teenager in front of Bobby's makes you evil enough.
Well, he really only threatened the one little boy. It's a whole different level to threaten Charlotte. He has to prepare for that. He's got to think about it. He's got to think about ramifications, because that brings Valentin into the mix, and I'm not sure he's ready for that.
That's right. And oh my gosh, I can't wait for Valentin to get out of that attic and go do something.
We're suffering right now, and Carolyn is saying Frank Valentini drags stories out. I don't know if it's a network thing. I don't know if it's a Frank style thing. I don't know if it's I don't know what. But we're definitely suffering from your classic GH extended storyline itis.
Yes, I think they're better about it than they used to be. Mm-hmm. But I think they're pretty much,
There's two things that need to move forward, and one of it is the Who Shot Drew. We complain about it every week very lightly here on the 10th floor because our complaints are covered in blankets of compliments. And the second one is the Valentin Carly thing. Like we needed to move forward with something 2 weeks ago with that. He's out of jail. Mm-hmm. Cool. He's hanging out. Cool. We had the reuniting with Charlotte. Cool. Do something. We get it.
What's he gonna do to get out of the attic? Does he have to kiss Carly first?
Yeah, get out of the attic, do something with Brennan, but put something in danger, have a close call that isn't some, like, Danny, We had the Charlotte reunion, and he's just hanging out in the attic, continuing to to like wring his hands and do power TPs while he plans the demise of Brennan. Well, demise him.
Man, I would love it. Sidwell better
Hi,
watch
Tracy.
himself. I could see Valentin. Valentin knows that dang island pretty damn well. He could hide over there.
There's so many people who know that island well.
Yeah, wouldn't it be great if he like came out of the caves and grabbed Sidwell by the throat?
I want Lucas to be. My apologies for venturing into fantasy land here for a moment, but I think General Hospital deserves to have a little bit of fun sometimes. I would like Lucas to be following some sort of trail, some sort of sound, some sort of something, and he goes through the tunnels on Spoon Island, only for a false wall to open and a very dirty and disheveled Scotty Baldwin falls out of a secret room and goes, "My God, I've been trying to find the exit for weeks. What day is it?" And that's what happened to Scotty the whole time. He's got lost in the Quartermain tunnels.
I'm all for Ken coming back. I tell you what, we all need a little Scotty Baldwin in our life sometimes. We do.
Scotty is, in real life, Ken Schreiner, he's focused on health. He's focused on eating well. He's focused on going to the gym. His New Year's resolution was to go to the gym daily in 2026. And on January 3rd, 2026, he regretfully told us he already broke his resolution. Classic Ken Schreiner.
I'm not a huge fan of resolutions. I have like goals, but not necessarily stuff that I'm saying, okay, I have to do this.
I am resolute on.
I don't do that because I rarely follow through either.
It's just a way to set yourself up.
I don't do that
for
to myself no more.
Yeah, if you want to disappoint yourself, give yourself a New Year's resolution. That's for sure.
But I do have like a list of good intentions of things that I just don't like.
Yeah,
don't put myself in a spot of I have to feel bad because I didn't.
Well, these are the areas of growth I want for the coming year. I think it's probably the best way to put it rather than a resolution. Well, Carolyn misses Scotty, and pretty much the chat is unified. Give me a 1 if you agree, a 2 if you disagree, folks. Let me know right now. Let me know in your heart and your souls. Do you want Valentin and Carly to hit the sheets before this whole thing is over? Let me know. 1 if a yes, 2 if a no. Because right now, Mama, they're like popcorn, all right? We got the oil on the kernels. The little pot is heating up. It's only a moment. They need one little spark, all right? The temperature just has to get just right for it to start.
They do have chemistry. I'm sorry, they do.
They really do, right? I'm not even sure they meant to have it.
JPS and Laura Wright have chemistry.
I'm not even sure they meant to have it, Ma.
Maybe not.
I think they were playing some scenes and they're just sultry people in real life.
And I really thought that this past week when they, had their toast of champagne. And I think that just the fact that she brought Charlotte and the toast of champagne and stuff, and the resolve of getting Brennan.
When they finally get him, they're going to wind up kissing.
Perhaps.
They're going to
They
be
might
like,
hit him in the
"Ooh."
head with something and then smooch. I don't know.
Yeah, right. That's an Ava move. That is an Ava move. There's so many twos, a lot more twos in the chat than I thought. People hate it. People hate it. They don't want it. They hate it. They don't want it.
Well, I do think they have chemistry.
They do. They do.
I don't know. The pairing. Well, there's 2 pairings. I thought Franco and Carly was ridiculous.
Right.
I thought that was ridiculous. And I never really liked the pairing of Carly and Drew. I never did. And I thought it was comical that they finally do an off-site shoot. And it's so freaking windy with the Santa Ana winds that day in California.
It was a sign.
It was a mess, wasn't it?
It was a sign. If they hadn't committed the money to shooting on that day, they should have just packed it up and went back to the studio and did it at Rice Plaza. Oh my gosh, I want to see Carly team up with Valentine, but Val has better chemistry with Anna. It's the whole Anna of it all. People are giving us a bunch of twos, not necessarily because they don't see it on screen, but because they would prefer it with other characters.
I liked Anna and Valentine pretty good. I liked Anna and Valentine a lot better than I liked Anna and Finn. Remember Anna and
Oh, of
Finn?
course I remember Anna and Finn.
Do you remember when they were over in Crete or they were somewhere and she went into the chamber with him?
Oh yeah, yeah, and it's exposed herself to the virus because if you're gonna go out, darling,
Yes.
then we're both gonna die together.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, 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 yes,
That was
yes.
good.
It was. It was. Actually, James Patrick Stewart, in one of the interviews that we saw him do at one of the convention things, and called out that scene specifically as like apex Anna and Valentine, top of the heap, like the reason why it's fun to play is because of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's neat. That's neat. It is
Mm-hmm.
good to see. We do want to see Anna and Valentine back because they split up because I don't know, like things got a little strange when it came to JPS and his employment, pretty much when it comes to the show. Not necessarily because Valentine needed to go anywhere.
I tell you what, Valentine's accommodations are a hell of a lot better than Anna's are right now, right? My goodness, my. You know that little dude's going to Pascal. See, I call him Pascal. Pascal, he's going to get his is coming to him.
By who do you think? By Anna? You think Anna's just gonna wallop him, or do you think
I think
Marco?
Anna may just wallop him.
This is what I want. Are you ready
I,
for what I want? No, tell me what you want first, and I'll tell you what I want.
I want him to get a Jerome ass whipping. I want Ava and her nephew Lucas to beat Pascal's butt.
I see Pascal as being the first actual death of falling off the parapet because it wasn't sweetness. Because it wasn't sweetness, she survived somehow.
Sweetness did survive.
Sweetness survived. Days of Our Lives fans.
Like Catherine back in the day, you
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
that.
yeah. So, I think that Pascal might be the first parapet death, and here's why. He does like himself a little bit of Lucas,
Mm-hmm.
and he might be putting the moves on Lucas at some point. Marco is not gonna like that.
Do you think that maybe Marco will like clothesline him off the parapet?
Maybe not a clothesline, but I can see him, like I can, because we're growing the villainy of Marco. We're planting the little seeds. We're pushing him up against his morality and what his dad is willing to do versus what it is that he's willing to watch comfortably and participate in and all that. We're exploring that right now in the show. So I think that it would be a great step forward when it comes to the bad guyness for him to take Pascal out on the parapet, to be like, bring me some champagne on the parapet as I look over the city, and then he tells him that he knows all about what he's done to try to take his man, and gives him a little shove.
And make it just look just as nonchalant as shooting
Yes.
the yeah,
Just as cold. Just as quick. Just, foop,
yeah. Decision. Boom.
boom, done. And it's very Empire, and I like it. And I want them to do it. Finn only worked with Hayden. Luke and Anna was not good. Luke with anybody but Tracy and Laura, I think, probably just doesn't work out.
I agree. I thought one of the worst pairings I've ever seen on General Hospital because I just didn't support it 100, not at all. As I hated Sunny with Emily, baby sister Emily.
Oh yeah, everybody hated that.
I
Everybody
hated
that.
it.
Everybody did.
That was a
Everybody
long, long time ago now. Long time ago.
David says, Carly ain't nicknamed the pressure cooker for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
He gets a little pressure and she starts a cooking.
Yeah.
She becomes
Yeah.
a sizzling
And
little thing out there.
and she always said this. She said this to Valentine the other day. Because she said I'm used to criminals. Right?
She did. She
She
did.
did.
She did. Listen,
She's so attracted to a bad dude.
yeah, but like it works out for her, unlike Alexis.
She was so attracted to a bad dude, especially like a misunderstood bad dude.
I got a
Love her.
heart. There's a
And that's
card
what
of gold
Valentine is
underneath
right
this
now.
chest. Pascal needs to be discovered by someone first, like Jason, or more likely Joss, who saw him at the Five Poppies, says Sandra. Jocelyn's actually a great candidate for that, Sandra, because she has sort of reason to go to Spoon Island. I mean, Jason does to a degree, but Jocelyn has more. For two reasons. Number one, Lucas, and number two, she is under orders by the WSB to keep her eye on that guy.
I think if Pascal saw Jason, he might pee a little. Scare him. Scare him. I think he might pee a little if
He might
saw,
pee a little,
if he saw
and
Jason.
then he'll straighten up, and he'll put his tough man face on, and he'll walk up to him and say, "Monsieur, what is it that I can bring you, Mister?" What was his last name? Smith or whatever.
Yeah.
Monsieur Smith. Hello, GH Addict and LaShun and everybody else I haven't said hello to. Monique. The
Happy
Liz and
New
Franco
Year,
pairing
everybody.
was weird for me, says Monique. I liked the Liz and Franco pairing personally, but I got the back half of it. I got the fixed Franco. I got
Yeah.
stepdad Franco. You know, I didn't get the Franco before then, so you know my scope
Yeah.
was limited.
Absolutely.
I seen some clips of it, says Kaiwan, Emily, and Sunny, and it didn't make any sense to him, and he blames Sunny's bipolar for it.
Well, it just, I don't know. I guess I can best describe it this way. It just seemed dirty.
It was. But you know,
And Jason didn't like it one bit. He and Sonny kind of fought about that.
Well, good, rightfully so.
Jason didn't like it.
That was a poor choice on Sunny's part. Okay. Sometimes, even if you think somebody's pretty, Sunny, you just don't do it. You just don't go there.
Lachlan.
He's gonna show Justine that she's actually a criminal. Listen, remember when we pressured that woman into like accidentally dying?
He says to Michael on Friday, I think she likes me.
I think she likes me. Well, he was telling Justine, you know, I mean, she's basically just one act away from being a criminal herself, and just give her time. Just give yourself time, Justine. You're gonna be doing things like this all the time. Oh, just give yourself a moment to be corrupted by somebody like me, but corrupted for good.
Yep.
Corrupted because I'm not as bad
I
as
tell you,
Sidwell.
Sonny, for some people, he can hypnotize you. Look at the dimples.
Even as a senior citizen, he can still do it. He has got an AARP discount.
And then Julie, he'll have to put like Donna in front of. Look at Donna's dimples.
Look at these dimples. I can still have babies. You can have babies with these dimples. Sonny has always been about conquest. Ooh, Shauna.
When's Avery going to show back up as a teenager with a smart mouth?
Give her time. Give her time. Give her time, because she's been a little girl for a long time.
Gone for a while.
Avery's been a little girl for a long time, and they keep talking about her. They're co-parenting now. She's at her house. She's at his house. She just missed Avery as I'm going to the art thing. Oh, I can't because Avery's with me tonight. All that sort of stuff. You know, Sonny being a great dad. But we don't see her. Yeah, she's going to come back.
Matthew and I had the opportunity to talk with the two young girls, the twin girls, sisters that play Avery. They were sweet. My goodness, they were sweet.
They were. They showed up with their own photos to sign and didn't make anybody pay for them. Like, they were willing to give it out. And it was cool. It was cool.
They were darling.
It was cool. Okay, Julie. But yes, they were darling. They were very darling. I don't know. I think that maybe we need to wait a moment because we got a full roster of teens right now. You know, and she's not of that generation of those kids. So I think maybe they're going to have to get deeper into high school or something before we get little 12-year-old Avery showing up. Maybe another year.
You know, she's in that, it doesn't sound nice, but she's in that dead zone of age for characters.
Yeah.
She is.
Yeah, totally. She's the character is too old to be that Wiley, but too young to be Charlotte.
Yes.
So yeah, totally. In that dead zone of soap character, she'll come back. I think that we're gonna have the college graduation coming up. All right.
Oh
Because
yeah, because of
Trina mentioned that she's going to be graduating, which therefore so will Gio, and so will Kai, and so will Jocelyn, and so will that whole group.
yeah.
So, do you think Jocelyn's going to graduate from college? I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so. I think that's going to be a story.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is. I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
I don't know. Are we setting up Kai and Trina to move out of town? I mean, gosh, they're just sitting around. So maybe it's time. Maybe it's time for her to get a great job after college, and they relocate.
Do you think what do you think the fans would think about Trina just having Trina move out of town?
The fans would be so upset that Spencer doesn't have somebody to date when he inevitably comes back to the show. They would react over being upset over what Spencer, who isn't on the show, won't be able to do when he never comes back to it, over the fact that Trina has left.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't
Because
know.
a lot of the Trina,
I'd
a
much
lot,
rather they just do something with her other than have her whine
yeah. Yeah.
and then have her move away.
She's got what this is what she should do. And this is General Hospital, folks. We're all about crime, punishment, law and order, action, adventure, and love, right? She notices something, sees something, detects something in a shipment of art. This is off, this is wrong, this is not quite right, the signature is backwards, whatever it might be.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out it's just the top layer of a deeper conspiracy to launder money and sneak something in, and Sidwell's doing this nonsense now, and blah, 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 blah. And then it becomes like this art heist thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where they're trying to get the real painting, but the opposite way. Instead of us watching the people do said heist, we watch the people prevent and catch those in the act of said heist.
Mm-hmm.
So something like that. That's what I would pitch if I was sitting around the writer's room now. Hey, Liz, what do you think about this?
This is what I think General Hospital should do. I think they should write something that is Luke's last hurrah that he forecasted.
I think that would be fun too. I was thinking about that in the car the other day because the Luke's final episode was playing.
Yes.
You know, because they did that on Friday, right? They did
Yeah.
Luke's final episode.
On,
And of
yeah,
course,
on Thursday, yeah.
Thursday.
On January 1st.
regardless, whatever day they did it.
Yeah. I watched it.
Because I'm pretty sure
I
there was
wish
only
there would
Monday
have been
through
more
Wednesday
Luke
this
on
week.
the episode, but
If
I
there-
loved it.
If there was a new episode on this Friday, I did not watch it, folks. So I'm just going to tell you that right now. I think it was just Monday through Wednesday. Or Monday, Tuesday, Friday then. I don't know. There was only
There
three.
was a Friday show, and I think I fell asleep during it, and I think you didn't watch it at all. So
Well, if we're missing a gap in our conversation, so sorry. I was thinking about it though because the Luke episode was playing, and I was thinking, wouldn't it be neat if, because of the fact that, you know, they offed the character without really using the actor, and it was just because of the Victor and maybe a network mandate to clean up or whatever it might be, right?
right.
You know, because we've heard a million stories out there as to why they made the decision. Well, because he was never coming back, and they decided to just do it while he was alive, because it was really going to satisfy this Victor story, because ABC said if anybody ever committed a crime such as that, boxcarring things, you have to separate them from the show entirely. Whatever. I don't know. All I know is that they did it, and he lives, his memories still live right here. In the lungs of Scotty Baldwin. Anyway, that's beside the point. The point I'm trying to make is, since they just did that, just kind of randomly, they have a new opportunity to say goodbye again in a different way. And I think that the last hurrah of Luke Spencer is great. Hey, this letter was delivered because I asked somebody to check in.
I really think they should do something like that.
Yeah. Hey, Laura, you're getting this letter delivered to you because I asked somebody to every month check in on this thing, and this month they didn't check in on it, which released to this letter. Here's the details. Go fix it. Something like that. And it has to be Laura. I know people will have things to say, but it has to be Laura. The letter went to Laura.
I just think it's very doable. I think it's very doable to write Luke's last adventure without Luke. I think it's
Yeah.
really very possible.
You get Laura, and then she has to recruit Tracy.
Hmm.
And you get Laura and Tracy fulfilling Luke's last adventure. You can have Curtis and I don't know, anybody else.
And ultimately it gets Sidwell. I think Mr. Cassadine.
Because he's been all connected in the grand circle of everything, from Victor to Faison to Sidwell himself.
It's
Maybe.
doable.
It is
Come
doable. It's
on,
entirely
DH.
doable. It's totally, totally doable. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Daisy is not feeling Britton Jason. I think that's a new topic we can talk about. I don't know. I think we're getting it. No matter what, we're getting it.
They're smooching.
They're smooching. I to this day, I said it a couple of weeks ago, and I'm going to say it again. I don't understand why Jason wants a piece of that.
Isn't she? Because she's God, I don't know why either. She's such a pain in the ass, right?
Really, really. Like, I understand they might have had some fun before when she was less britchy, but she's super
She
britchy now, and it's just not like why does he want to spend time with that?
she got a smart mouth. She's always got a nasty quib coming back at you. She's not pleasant. Um, why, Jason?
Yeah,
Why?
what do you? I see past it. You know, those times that we had together before the rocks fell on me made me truly see the woman that you are on the inside, and I know you're just being defensive. I'm sure that's going to be the soap answer.
Sure.
You know, under the candlelit,
Uh-huh.
the power went out, and so we're having a confession time.
The only thing that I see that he might be attracted to her is, you know, historically, the women they've had Jason with, they've had adventures and stuff, but they look at him with doe eyes. They're just like, "Ah." Britt doesn't do that really.
No, 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 no. That's actually your favorite thing that Britt offers to the Jason romance. You mention it all the
And
time.
she doesn't fawn.
No,
That's new and different
no.
for
But
the
she
most
sure is
part.
needy.
But she's needy. And she's such a smart mouth. My gosh. Didn't you get tired of that? Even though, but Jason has always been written that he is not emotional.
No.
He's very analytical.
Yeah.
And he doesn't respond to, he doesn't do a tit for tat spite kind of thing. He just won't go there.
No,
It's
no.
like that's just ridiculous to him.
Case in point, when he had to walk into the PCPD, he sees Brad and Britt there, and he's like, "Oh, thank God, we need your help." And he's like, "Nope."
Yeah. Yeah. What I
Nope.
say over there on the gates that people need to do to Dana Leslie, is what he
Jason's
does.
ready to do it.
Ready to do it.
Ready
But
to
he
do
does
it.
it with silence, though, He does for the most part, or just nope.
David says that Britt's attitude could drive away roaches. That's pretty good. If you have a roach problem, just get yourself a Britt Westford.
Whew. Man.
Oh my gosh. Daisy thinks that Sidwell works for the Cassinines. Daisy, we raise you one more. Daisy, Daisy, Daisy. Sidwell is a Cassidine.
I say, and I go right back to when he soon came into town. How could he know anything about Alexis's dagger? And be able to find
I
it.
had no idea this meant so much to you. Yeah, I know. I know what you
That's
mean.
just baloney.
Spock. What about Spock? Vita. You can't just leave the word Spock in the chat without any sort of reference as to why you said
Because
Spock.
he's logical, sweetheart,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's logical.
Look at you. You get it better than me. I just saw Spock and I got excited. Like, why are we talking about Spock? What's happening? What's happening? What the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, Captain.
So maybe like if you look real close next week, maybe you'll see a little point on Jason's ear.
Yeah, maybe he's just going to start thinking. He's going to look in the little science thing. Ooh, 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 ooh. His partner's a Cassadine. Ooh, Victor's still alive. I like Britt. I think that she's just used to being Britchy. Well, Jeannie, maybe you're going to ultimately be right about that, because there is a big fan theory out there that she is putting on the Britchiness times 4 to try to keep everybody away from the craziness that was the Five Poppies. And also, mixing it with a little bit, I don't know what to do, and so my natural inclination is to be mean to everybody about it.
I mean, I I think she's I think she's awful to a certain degree, but yes, I don't want Brit to go away. I'm entertained by Brit. I think she's a bitch,
Regularly.
but
Regularly.
I'm very entertained by her.
Regularly we are.
Yeah. I'm glad she came back to the show.
Me too.
Yeah. But I just don't see why Jason wants to be looking at that. I don't know why,
I
she
heard some
ain't worth all the
thundering.
drama, I don't think.
I heard some thundering.
It's been raining cats and dogs here.
Yeah. Matt, you missed
Has been.
Friday. One of the things, okay, so I didn't miss Friday. I just didn't realize it was Friday because I watched it yesterday. I thought it
Okay.
was a Wednesday. So
Okay.
you missed Friday. One of the things that happened on Friday was Sidwell threatened Charlotte about Ace being hard to keep track of, easy to lose. And she told Laura. That is something I saw. I just didn't know what day of the week it was.
Yeah.
Hello, Melinda.
Yeah. Yeah. I said, Sidwell, Valentine gets wind of this. He will come out of that attic. He'll come out of that attic in a hot minute he finds out that Sidwell has said anything to
Oh,
his
totally,
baby.
100%, 1,000%. I think that might actually be the thing that may. Well, I don't know because he's focused on Brennan right now. We can't blend the polymers. We can't mix it yet. All right. We
Yeah.
can't have all of the storyline winds blowing in the same direction until it's time for the big blow off.
Right.
If we're taking our time, General Hospital style, stretching some things out, that means that all of them are then. If we have the history of General Hospital to go off of, that means that all of these storylines are going to come to a head at the same time. And if that's the case, then maybe they will find some sort of connection here and there between one thing or the other. It was Sidwell all along.
I don't know.
Everything that's happened on this show over the last 2 years has been a major manipulation by Sidwell. Even the Cody and Molly romance was just to distract Molly so the ADA isn't focused on something so Sidwell can get. But I could see it, Ma. Can you imagine? I don't know if they've ever. Tell me, folks, if they've ever done this in soap history. Which, if they've been around for almost 100 years. I imagine they've done something like this before. But the revelation that the last, ever since I came on this show, every single story has been because of something I did. I think that would be really neat.
Well, I think that could really happen with the Sidwell situation.
Every single thing, all of the romances that come together, the falls apart, all of these things were all manipulations by Sidwell, putting things into play and planting seeds here and there and making sure that someone, a Ezra, an Ace, a Nathan, or somebody was in position to push something just in the right direction. Even like Nathan and Lulu right now, this whole tension between the two of them could be to destabilize Damian Spinelli. So, I could see it.
Lulu is going to be smooching with him in just a hot minute.
Oh, yeah,
Her,
give
he
it
and
another
Nathan, she and Nathan are going to see. Oh, that porch scene was very, very important. They liking each
Oh,
other.
very much.
Um, and you know what? They're going to really start digging on each other, and Maxie's eyes are going to pop open.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I think at this point, you know how every week you're like, I really hope that. I'm thinking at this point, we have a date. We know when. The doors are going to be unlocked and the sweaters are going to be brought out for your choosing, Kirsten, for these scenes that you're going to be shooting. I think that we know when we're going to be moving forward with this now.
So you guys, the Luke's episode from his last episode. There wasn't enough for Luke for me on that episode.
That's what people were
That's just
saying.
what it was. I didn't like his talk with Lulu on the pier. What's missing from that? I thought it was lovely. What's missing from that is he didn't call her Cupcake. That's disappointing to me. I loved seeing Madeline.
Yes.
I love Maxie giving it to her. I love that. That was, the side benefits of that.
It was a
episode.
fun blast from the past. They usually don't reach so far into the past when it comes to a rerun, so it was a lot of fun to see some of this old stuff.
Yeah, and it's 10 years ago.
Yeah, totally. Oof.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was an
And,
expensive episode, folks.
Nathan on there, and he looks very much the same, just a little bit younger,
Yeah,
just a little bit younger.
yeah, yeah. Well, what
Yeah.
else? What else in that episode? Like, so Nathan was Nathan and Maxie, right?
Yes.
Right, right. So we had the goodbye to Luke. Of course, that was the reason for putting it on. But do you think that there might have been anything else in there that might have been a fun little reminder or suggestion to today's story, if it might be relevant in some way to what's going on now?
Not really. Not really. It did make me think there was so much Dylan on that episode.
Oh
It did
yes,
make
there
me think
was,
that,
wasn't there? Maybe that kid's coming back. He keeps on talking about it.
yeah, well, we can never have too many Quartermains in that main house. So, he can come on home.
Well, apparently there's 48 bedrooms.
And bring a couple of youngins with you, bad ones.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I mentioned Cody and Molly, and the chat just exploded with love. Apparently, Cody and Molly is the it couple right now.
They were cute.
People love
They were
themselves some
cute.
Cody and Molly. So does that
They
mean that
were they
TJ's
were
on his
really
way back?
I doubt it. I heard someone say, I no, I didn't hear, but I read someone say that, wow, she sure moved on fast from TJ. That's not true at
Oh
all.
gosh, no! This was like the slowest moving on in the history of soap operas.
I thought so too. I mean, I don't think we've seen Taj in a scene, and gosh, are we not approaching a year?
It has to be.
Yeah.
It has to
So
be.
yeah, I
'Cause
don't think that was a slow roll away from TJ.
no, 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 no. And actually, it was a kind of a challenging roll away from. I mean, she wasn't torn about it. She wasn't mentioning him at every time. Well, what about and all that because it was over. Like,
Right.
at this point in time, at least she, who knows what's going on with TJ, but at least she had moved past it to a
Mm-hmm.
point where she can open up her heart for somebody else. But it took work, and she didn't trust him, and there was a
Yes.
lot to overcome before they finally got there.
You know who they can thank for this, actually?
Christina,
Oh,
of all people.
no, I think they can thank for Jason because Jason's the one that set Molly straight and said, yeah, all he did was long and look at the door
Yeah,
after.
Cupid Jason. Jason with the little bow in his diaper.
Oh my gosh. So I think, Alexis, unfortunately, she is going to roll over she's just doing exactly what Drew wants now. Her plan is to throw Michael firmly under the bus next
Well,
week.
now she's got a mysterious letter from a mysterious person saying that, ooh,
Yes,
Michael
she
was
does.
there. Who done it, Ma? Who wrote it? Who was that? Was it Leo?
Yeah. Of course, we are all together, Chat, Matt, and Kat, ready for this to be, resolved, of course. But I think she's going to really throw him under the bus next week. But then a wrench is going to appear that no one is going to see. And maybe we'll get finally some conclusion.
Maybe it'll be that Kai and Trina revelation.
Maybe.
You know?
Maybe.
Like,
Christina's so mad at her mom too. Yeah, look what you're doing.
we can't have the Davis people be too happy for too long, right? There's got to
I
be
tell
Davis
you,
conflict.
no, they can't have two movie nights in a row without conflict.
Oh no, 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 no! Now I've got to see the notes because this is what Christina does. She can't help but to pry. She's got to look. She can't not. She can't resist. Just don't look, Christina, and you're not going to find something you don't want to see. If you look, you might find something you don't want to see, and in this case, you did. Yes,
Right.
Alexis is going after your brother.
But I hate that Alexis is towing the rope. I hate that.
It's all about Scout.
It is.
Though it is giving Drew a lot of power. It's like Alexis couldn't figure out something else. But hey, if we're going to sit there and be like, well, why can't she? Then we can do that to every single story. Well, why didn't they? Why can't they? Why didn't she? How come they can't? Right?
And Drew, Willow is hating on Drew almost as much as Carly's hating on Brennan now.
Now she's keeping secrets from Drew, and he is not going to be happy about that.
No, he's not going to be happy about it.
No.
No, he's not. But she can't stand his butt now. And he says all kinds of stuff in front of her when he's on the phone and whatnot, and I'm going to do the whole Danny thing. And of course, she let Danny see. She let Willow see her. Ah,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
She let Scout see her family, but then, Danny shows up and whatnot. But she's gonna be defiant at some point too, where she's just like, I'm just done.
Yeah. No,
And she's gonna
Drew.
do a public
I
thing,
can't allow you to continue to use this little girl as an ammunition to your family. It was one thing with the
Yes.
Quartermains, but now you're focused on Danny and Alexis and the Davises, and this has grown and gone too far.
You're just out to hurt everybody.
And all you're doing is hurting her.
Yeah.
Not me. Not me, because I don't care. I don't
And if I
care.
ever do get my children back, I don't want you to have any influence on them. Right?
Yes, and then he'll be hurt, and then I'll have to destroy her. You don't want this, Willow. You don't want to be my enemy.
Oh, I could see something like that happening, really. Because he's that bad right now.
Oh, Kaiwan wonders why, if Drew's so smart to trick Alexis, he can't trick Sidwell. And I would say that he's not necessarily tricking Alexis, he just has something to use against her. He doesn't really have anything to use with Sidwell currently.
He would love to blackmail Sidwell in some way. He just hasn't found juicy enough stuff. And I think at the same time, though, he knows that Sidwell will shoot you in the chest,
Oh,
close
totally.
range,
It's
just
one thing.
like you're Mr. Dalton.
It's one thing to go after Stella Henry, and another thing to go after Jen Sidwell. And I think he recognizes that. I agree. Daisy, Drew, and Willow are idiots. Yep. Yeah. Totally. It looks like Willow might be picking up her smarts though. You remember the movie Hook, and then they had the old man who had lost his marbles,
Yes.
and then at the end of the movie he got his marble back, and they were literal marbles, and then they had
Yes.
pixie dust inside. And he got to fly, and it was wonderful, and it was a very happy ending.
Yes.
Willow's on that journey right now. She has lost her marbles, and she will find them once more, and it will allow her to fly away
think
from
so.
Drew. Away from Drew.
Away from Drew.
Yep. I think we're fixing Willow. I think that we need to fix Chase after that. Because Chase is broken right now. Luckily, we didn't see much of him this week. So we did see Gio and Emma. Everybody likes themselves some Gio and Emma. They're cutesy together. I'm wondering what's next. They might not be a plot-driven couple, but a character-driven couple.
Well, they're very sweet together.
They're very, very sweet together. Gio still has a lot in the tank when it comes to his relationship with Brooklyn and Dante and his relationship with the Quartermains and all of that. Emma's got way less going on, but she has a lot of Port Charles family history.
A ton.
And she also has a lot of character history as well. So while the actress might be sort of new to the canvas, Emma absolutely is not. And I think that's something to keep in mind too when it comes to criticisms that somebody might launch about her being involved in her boyfriend's story while not having any of her own necessarily. It's something that comes up all the time. How come this character doesn't have agency? How come they can't be the lead? And da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I don't think that's the case. I think that Emma is strengthening Gio by the fact that she's Emma. If she was a random Susie from college that we were just getting to know, it would be totally different.
Yeah. I agree.
So I think that the story is the fact that Emma has a man. Like, that's her story. This is Emma's adult romance.
Yeah.
And we'll see what trouble they can get into because they find it. They're willing to get into trouble together, and that always makes something compelling.
Yes. And I love it at any time where I see Gio and Brooklyn on the screen together. I love it.
Yes. Gio and Emma bore me, says Daisy, because Daisy likes to let us know her opinions no matter what they are, and I appreciate her for it.
That's okay. We all have things on the show that bore us a little bit.
They can go to California and he can play the violin there, and we can just fast forward. That's pretty funny. He's just gonna go on a violin tour. He and Marshall just going on an instrument tour, a violin and clarinet duet.
I was kind of surprised with Matt. How much of an intimate kind of love scene Jordan and Curtis did have.
They are trying to convince us that these two characters belong together.
Right.
Like they have had some sort of long distance wanting for years that is now hitting some sort of reckoning, and I did not see that on my show.
Yeah, and Curtis says to, and they're kind of agreeing now that we broke up because we're stupid.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we said, as
Hmm.
the audience. Well, what are you breaking up for? It's because clearly he's got an emotional boner for Portia.
Hmm.
Okay, okay, like that's like, and Curtis has never looked good at the end of a relationship. I gotta say, not more than I've seen.
He
So,
says he says to her he says to her on Jordan on Friday, referring to her job with Sidwell. You don't have to tell me everything. Remember,
I
that's why
guess
they
he's
broke up
learned that.
before, is because
Yeah,
she wasn't telling him
yeah.
everything about
He,
whatever.
she's learned. He's learned. They moved on, but they also said that they were
Yes.
going to tell each other as much as they possibly could about their jobs. And it made me laugh because like Jordan has the dangerous one because she's the CFO or CEO of Sidwell Enterprises or whatever, while also spying on him for whoever needs to have some information. Laura, for
Yeah,
example.
and she's actually, consider, and she knows this, but she's messing with Sidwell's dangerous, and he finds out that she's actually after his demise. Not, he's not going to be so happy.
Yeah.
He might, oh, why not? Maybe he can underestimate her, sick Pascal on her, and then Jordan will whip his butt.
Jordan's the one that pushes him off the parapet. Oops. Well, Jordan said that she's enjoying it in the meantime, but she's undercover basically. She's undercover trying to
Right.
get the dirt on Sidwell, and apparently Lucy and Ava might be the first crack in his armor that she's been able to see and possibly exploit. Cool, awesome, great. Curtis is a newsman. When it comes down to it, one of the two is going to have way more secrets than the other, uh, especially surrounding their employment. So I thought that was funny. That's all. I just thought it was funny.
And ever since Portia took that slow walk to the 10th floor elevator with her little box in her hand,
Yeah.
I guess she's been hiding out at the cabin,
Yeah,
huh?
I'm gonna need like a cabin set and then like steam it up or something for me to
Right?
sit in front of because there's no way
I
that
think
she's
that's
just not spending.
I
And
think
then
she took off and went to the cabin. She's been there ever since.
yep, and as the previous the last act as co-chief of staff was to authorize Isaiah's leave of absence, so he can take a couple of weeks off to hang out with her in the cabin. She's
Hmm.
gonna be gone so long she can come back with a baby,
She's gonna come back with a bump at least.
come back with a bump. So she's gonna have to start wearing the belly.
Yeah.
When she does, that's what I'll put up as the background is the baby belly.
They're gonna have they need to adjust that belly. I know they only have one. Brooke Kerr's a little tiny girl.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a massive baby. That's gonna
That's
be
gonna
the
be a massive bump on
yeah,
her.
but then it's gonna justify the fact that she gives birth to a 2-year-old. So,
Yeah.
'cause that
Well,
baby was
we'll have to
huge.
see with Portia. There's two places. If your baby is full term and completely healthy, it will be born in the ravine, or that that the the spill thing,
Yeah, the spillway.
the spillway.
Yeah.
Well, there's been a lot of babies
Oh
born in
yeah.
that
Oh
spillway.
yeah. More babies than in the hospital. That's where Scott was born. Oh, and James. Oh. Strangely, I like Jordan and Curtis and Portia and Isaiah. Well, good for you, Sean. I'm glad that you're liking it.
Well,
I
we
don't
see
like Jordan
who
and
I like
Curtis.
better.
Portia and Isaiah are re-winning me over. It was tough for me in the beginning because I just didn't respect Isaiah's choices.
This is, I know I'm being old fashioned, I guess, but this is what I didn't like about Jordan and Curtis this week and their whole love scene. Curtis is wearing his wedding ring to Portia during that scene.
Who cares?
Most people don't.
For
You just found
me,
I just, it was quite noticeable. That's all.
it's like Curtis. I don't know. For Curtis, it's the physical expression that bothers him the most because he had this torrid emotional affair with Jordan for the longest time. Portia was the first person to act on something, and he reads her the riot act and tells her what a dirty bird she is and all that sort of stuff. And then a day later, is doing it himself. But
Yes, Curtis.
after,
Curtis had an affair of the heart with Jordan first.
and then I've heard from people, and your own life, your own experiences, your own choices, all that sort of stuff. I heard from other people, though, that an affair of the body is easier to forgive than an affair of the heart. Affair of the heart is worse if you'd had to compare the two.
I Yes, I agree. Now,
None are good or right or
none are good. None are good.
But if you were to,
But what to me, a one night stand, due to just being probably having too many drinks, you don't know this person, you're just acting like a big old hoe for the night, is a lot more forgivable than falling for somebody else. Lying and hiding and denying and making it, and having
Yeah.
a double life is a hell of a lot worse.
Trying to maintain my marriage here while also maintaining the love affair that I have with somebody else.
Exactly.
Having somebody waiting in the wings, practically.
Like something like that is a
And
lot worse than just one foolish night.
and how come Jordan isn't saying that sort of stuff to Curtis? Like he had her waiting in the wings to see if things would work out with Portia.
You did.
Totally did. Totally did. I don't respect the characters, and I think that's probably why I'm frustrated with the story the most. Is I just don't respect the choices of Isaiah and Curtis and Jordan. I do Portia's, strangely enough, because I was criticizing her like mad for weeks on end. But now that we're at this point of the story and we're comparing the four of them together, Portia is the shining angel of the group. She just lived her life the entire time. She even stopped lying to Curtis way before he stopped lying to her.
Yeah.
He did. She did. She did. I'm on team. I'm
But
on team Portia, folks. Team
soap opera
Portia.
style, of course, soap opera style. There's going to be mix up in the parentage, the paternity of this baby. There's going to be a lie in there. There's going to be
I really hope not, but probably.
probably.
Probably. Since there's a question, we're not going to get a straight answer.
Exactly. Someone's going to change something.
Miss Wu, you didn't
They
pay
could
me.
even have somebody, they could have like somebody change it and then somebody change it back to, they don't even know that they change it back to the right
Well,
thing.
like the Finn and Chase thing, where Finn thought he was Chase's dad for a minute.
Yeah, that was weird, wasn't it? The weird one.
See, Dad, the night before your wedding, you did what? And then we never saw that character again.
I
And
don't
she
know why
was
they got stain the memory of Jenny that way.
Well, I think that they thought they were going to have the actress longer term. Who was that? I know you're talking about
Delaney.
Jenny Martin, Kim Delaney. I think that they thought they were going to have her for an extended period of time and wound up not having her for an extended period of time and wound up with a stinker of a story on their hands because
I tell you,
half the
it's
party
not,
wasn't going to be there to play it.
and that wasn't the first nor the last time they've done that. They just did it. They did it with Leva LaRue right after that.
Sure did. Whoopsie-doodles. Whoopsie-doodles. I found out, and I texted you about it, and you were like, duh, Matthew. But then Denise Crosby, who was another actress that came in and classically left General Hospital promptly because her storyline sucks, is the granddaughter of Bing Crosby, and I didn't know that, and then you basically laughed at me.
I just thought you knew,
You
Matt. That's
basically
all.
laughed at me. I could feel the chuckles and the laughter on the other side of the text box.
I bet you if you looked at the last few Christmas specials of Bing Crosby, that's basically what only thing he did the last few years of his career was have a Christmas special, and his family was always on it. I bet you see a baby Denise in one of those. Betcha.
Little Tasha Yar. Oh, yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So the granddaughter of Bing Crosby is the mother of Elizabeth Baldwin.
And his daughter, Denise's aunt, was on Dynasty.
It's just the grand connection of the great circle of soaps, really, is what it comes
Or it
down
was
to.
Dallas.
I
Sometimes
think it was
you get
Dallas.
the
I think it was
stuff.
Dallas.
But his daughter was on it.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. David's leaving a bunch of dirty doctor jokes in the chat that I'm not going to read. But if anybody wants to come back to this YouTube video in a couple hours to revisit what the chat has to say, you can get some of that classic David humor. right there in the chat. Just you'll never look at tongue depressors the same is all I'll say. That's all I'll say.
Well, I don't think I'll touch any of them there in the exam room while I'm waiting for my doctor anymore.
Dr. David. Who shot JR? I don't know, but I want to find out who shot Drew. And that's it, Ma. We've totally lost focus. Plus, we have to recover for the next podcast. It's already 12:33.
It is already 12:33, and I think we covered it.
We covered
didn't
it.
we?
There was 3 episodes this week. There's not much more to mention.
Yeah.
I think that my favorite part of the podcast this week was theorizing that Marco is going to shove Pascal off the parapet. I'm looking forward to that. I hope that's the case. Just
I
maybe
like that
a little
idea,
shoulder
too.
check, and he just sacre bleu splash. Yeah. She played Sue Ellen's sister, Kristen. Well, there you go, Dallas.
There you go.
I don't respect Curtis at all. Thank you very much for being on Team No Respect, Curtis. Thank you very much, Rochelle. Portia and Chase were both suspended from their jobs. Maybe they're hanging out in the cabin together. Maybe Portia and Chase are going to hook up.
I tell you.
Rochelle's team Portia. That's good. Mary Crosby played Kristen in Who Shot JR.
Sure
There you
did.
go. There you go. I remember Dynasty. They had the women practically wearing football shoulder pads.
Indeed. Yes, they did. That was the 80s.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, everybody looked like they had a military uniform on.
you
Or
don't
shoulder
look-
pads for football.
If your shoulders are not broader than Frankenstein's, you're not doing it right in 1984.
Exactly.
Connor says, I heard Trina and Kai find out who shot Drew. Connor, you heard that from us. You've been watching the podcast the whole time. That's where you heard it.
I hope, well,
Tune in next week to see if we're right.
they had said about 3 weeks ago what they needed to do was figure out who really shot him.
Well, maybe they're going to figure it out. Maybe they're going to sit there, look over their notes, and they're going to go, we did it. We know who done it.
Good. That gives Trina something to do besides wine.
Well, there we go. There we go. Plus, she's forgiven Portia now, or Jordan now, so all she's got to do is forgive her mom and then fall in love with the baby, and then we can move on.
I was surprised how nice Trina was to Jordan. I was also surprised how nice Aunt Stella was to Jordan.
Undeservedly so. Where's the drama? Where's the drip? Where's the awful? Well, while Daisy remembers Dynasty's best cat fights, we're going to say farewell. We're going to say so long.
They're so good.
We're going to get out of here. We're going to go back under the elevator and go back down to the first floor, get into our cars, and tune our radios to previous episodes of the 10th Floor, which you can find on all of your favorite podcasting platforms. If you can't find it on your favorite podcasting platform, you can reach out to us on social media at 10th Floor GH, and we will send you in the right direction. Like the video if you had a good time. Subscribe to the channel if you want some more. Remember to go spend some time with your families. And I've been Matt.
I've been Cat.
And we'll catch you in 1 hour right back here on this podcast channel to talk about Days of Our Lives and Beyond the Gates, because those are soap operas that are fun too.